Hello, welcome to Clutch My Pearls, the podcast where I, Emily, learn all about the smut that my friends are reading. As always, I'm joined with Vanessa and Barbara.
Hi.
I like how you didn't look at me.
I can't look at you. You're too beautiful. It
Oh,
hurts.
God.
I'm still moving my microphone.
This
It
episode's
hurts.
a mess.
I can't. I can't look at you.
Place your bets now. Who's going to get in a fight? Not me.
We already
I
got in a
too.
fight.
We did?
All of us.
Yeah. Did we?
Did we?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I like stirring the
could.
pot.
We could, but we won't.
We haven't recorded in a minute, so everything's just like,
Yeah. Barbara's presenting this week.
Am I, though?
Barbara book.
Oh yeah, Emily brought up my mouth sounds on
No,
the
it's not
radio.
the mouth sounds. It's
That's
the
me.
exhale.
I do the mouth sounds. You do the exhales.
You do the huffing into the microphone.
Emily is a jack of all trades and does a
Does
bit of everything.
everything.
Yeah.
But she bumps the mic more than anybody.
I just was adjusting it, so
mhm.
you know, I'm gonna hold my breath and never breathe again.
No, I'm gonna.
I do it all.
Oh
Why are
my
we fighting?
God. We're not.
Barbara, tell us about your fucking book.
I'm not going to cough today. I'll tell you that much.
Wow.
Ooh. I kind of need to cough.
That's what happens when you talk about it.
I gave you guys a hint about,
Oh,
or
yeah.
like a code word for, I don't know what the hell I gave you. I
Forrest
gave you
Gump.
She told us that today's stupid.
Yeah. I was like, your hint for today's episode is stupid, as in I am stupid.
You are stupid.
Yeah, I'm stupid.
Is it
That's
that,
what she said.
is it that you regret?
She doesn't read.
No, I know. She doesn't read well.
I'm not a reader. That's why you guys tell me about stuff.
I was right. We're all fighting.
I told you.
Is it that you're stupid for your decision?
No. Well,
Or you're
okay.
stupid for liking the book?
I'm doing a book that, okay, I'm also stupid because I forgot to look up who suggested this. And I know at least 2 people did, including Alyssa, and I already had it on my list for ages. It is called Cleat Cute.
Cleat Cute. Cleat Cute.
Okay, so I'm stupid for picking this book. That's clear.
Cleat Cute.
Like soccer cleats?
Yes.
Is it?
We've
What
never
is-
had
who
soccer.
wrote it?
It is Meryl Wilsner. They are
I see them on social media.
they're a repeat author.
Yes.
Did you read my? I'm bumping my mic.
Oh,
We're witches because I was thinking about this author because I'll see them, they'll come up on the feed.
You were
and
thinking
I was
about
like,
getting it on a minivan?
maybe.
yeah,
and
because
I
this is
literally
mistakes
went
were made.
to their
Mistakes were made.
Yes, I went to their profile. This was like 3 days ago. I went to their profile and I was just looking around on it, seeing
Yeah.
like what other books that they wrote.
This one.
Were you thinking about reading a book?
No,
She's just
But I
creeping.
was thinking
she
of-
creeps. She wants to
well,
go
no,
see
I
what
think I
everyone's
was
up to.
thinking. I was like, oh, we should revisit this author, and
Should we?
we did.
Here
Should
we
we?
are.
Cleat Cute.
Yeah,
Cleat
soccer.
Cute.
I don't know anything about soccer.
Is it?
I'm thinking Bend It Like Beckham.
Sure.
well-
I also haven't seen that.
I haven't either.
they tend to write more like queer romances.
Yes.
Is this that?
Yes.
Girls or
Ooh.
boys?
Two
Or
women.
thems?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes.
Yes. The thing is, I don't know anything about soccer. And I was like, that's fine. I can figure it out. And then I, of course, started the book last night. And Eric knows more about soccer than I do. And so I got 6 pages in and I had to stop because I was so confused about all the things that I was asking Eric about. And he was answering my questions and it was making it worse. And we were just talking in circles. And I was like, I'm going to go to
Like
bed.
positions?
Oh, but Alyssa plays soccer.
Yes.
every week,
Which
yeah.
is another reason that I'm like, Alyssa, if you hear this one, sorry. Yeah.
This is how we learn.
This is
Cute.
how we learn.
Yeah.
Cleat Cute. Yeah. I got confused because
That fucking name, I love it.
she's already
Cleat Cute.
one of the characters. They were talking about how she played for her college team, which is also the NCAA. And
Yeah.
this took me a while.
NCAA.
I said that, and then Eric said NCAA, so I was like, maybe I'm wrong. I got
think
very.
it's NCAA championships.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't know, but it's soccer, football,
National College Athletic Association.
Yeah, I don't see why not. I didn't write that one down. I had a lot of things. I had called up is when you're going to camp, but the camp is above the club team, which he put in baseball terms. That's like your major league baseball team.
Right. It's
Right.
like the farm team and all that. Yeah.
Don't say farm. You're losing me. Okay. and then the
What am I, Elsie Silver?
And then you go to the camps. And then that's good. And that's like you're going to see who's going to be on the World Cup team, the
it's like
national team.
Training, or is it just like
I think it's like how
Yeah.
baseball is, of where the different levels, like whether you're like minor leagues, major leagues.
See, that's what I was trying to do. And Eric tried to let me do that. And then it didn't make sense because I was like, okay, well, she's on her college team, but now she's going to go play in New Orleans.
Okay.
And so she's the AWSA. It's a club team. So this is the major league. She's in the major leagues of baseball, right? She did it.
Yeah.
Great. And then she gets the call that she's going to go to a camp for training. And that's where the only people who are at the camp's training is not a major league baseball team. There are no baseball teams. It's those people are potentially on the roster for the World Cup team,
correct,
which is also called the national team.
Correct.
For America.
Yeah. It's like how,
thank you.
Like for the Olympics and stuff, like that's
which is not the World Cup, because I also asked about that.
Totally
and it was like it might be this. It's sort of the same organization, but not the same like roster. And I'm just gonna say it's different.
All stars.
All stars.
All stars. Yeah.
All stars.
The All Stars training only camps potentially play in the World Cup.
Right. You're interviewing, you're auditioning.
Where we really lost it is when I started going, okay, I get it. I literally wrote, okay, Eric explained it all. Page 6, I'm already confused. Okay, Eric explained it all in baseball terms. And then I wrote another, okay, this really got away from me.
No.
Because I was like, okay, so when you're playing
what are you doing?
I'm scratching my
she's digging around so she can hit her mic.
My tummy's itchy.
Pooh Bear over here.
I am like just... If we're on YouTube, you can see it, but if not, we're probably in trouble.
That's the other thing is I don't know if we're going to get any of these episodes to air ever again on YouTube.
You have to join our Patreon because we're about to get banned, especially if things progress.
We'll put the videos up for free. You don't even have to be logged in to watch them.
We have also... I think we've passed the 5-minute timer, maybe. I don't know.
You cut it in the first 40 seconds. It was in the first 40 seconds. You said,
what's this fucking book about? It was roll the fucking tape.
I have to tell you about me being stupid.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
I don't even know the synopsis of Cleat Cute.
I know. I forgot I was going to read it. Okay.
Cutie Cleat.
Be quiet. Okay. So I was so excited because I was like, I understand what you're saying, Eric. Baseball is football is soccer. Got it. And then I was like, so once you're in the major leagues, national club. No, not national.
No.
Even though it
camp.
Do not national.
Do not national. Camp. Go to bed.
Go to camp. But no.
Go to camp.
Once you're major league club team.
Okay.
Then you can go to
You should have fucking brought the whiteboard.
I almost did, but it's here.
But it's for you, because I get it.
I know. I had to write 3 different post-its and I'm all wrong. See? Okay. And so then, hang on. This is where I really got off trails. Okay. I was like, oh, you're major league, you're the club team, and then you're sort of just like on loan for these training camps for the World Cup roster. And he went, no. And then I was like, and then he explained it again. And I was like, so yeah, they're like loaning you to, and he goes, no, you're not on loan. And I went, okay, but they're like borrowing you. And then we realized
borrowing you.
On loan is an actual term in soccer where it means something. And I was just saying, no, literally, like you're just like temporarily going to go.
Yeah.
And so he was like, they're not on loan. They're not on loan players because that's a real thing.
Loan mean?
I don't know.
Did
he
they
tried
say
to
that
explain
in the
it. He
book?
said something about Argentina. And I was just like, I'm not even going to.
Oh.
So you're on loan to another country, maybe.
Sure.
What?
But I was
need to
saying
know.
it like you're just not, you're officially still on both. You're potentially like all stars.
Yeah.
And so he was like, and I went, on loan is a soccer term. So I'm right, but I'm also wrong. And then I decided to sleep it off and have some bagels this morning. And then I read the whole book today.
So,
when
did they bang? And who are these people? Who are these soccer players?
I'm stupid. Did we not establish that? Do we have that? We've all understood.
She couldn't even read the book.
Cleat Cute.
6 pages. And
Cleat
Eric was
Cute.
like, you should do a different book.
You're like, I already opened it.
I'm in too deep.
Okay, this is a sapphic rivals to lovers rom-com for fans of Ted Lasso and A League of Their Own, where 2 soccer teammates are at odds before falling in love as their team gears up for the World Cup.
Nice.
Ted Lasso is funny.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's wholesome.
And A League of Their Own. Okay. Grace Henderson has been a star of the U.S. women's national team for 10 years. That's the World Cup, people. Okay. Even though she's only 26. But when she's sidelined with an injury, a bold new upstart, Phoebe Matthews, takes her spot. 22-year-old Phoebe is everything Grace isn't, a gregarious jokester who plays with a joy that Grace lost somewhere along the way. The last thing Grace expects is to become teammates with benefits with this class clown she sees as her rival.
What do they look like? Is this a synopsis?
I was told very explicitly that I need to read the synopsis now. So please, Emily, let me read the synopsis.
I'm not going to
Phoebe
breathe.
Matthews. I'm not going to breathe. Okay. Don't touch the mic.
I have the exhale off.
Just breathe.
Just be normal.
Okay.
I'm leaving that sound in.
Threw up.
Who's this?
Phoebe Matthews is too focused on her first season as a professional soccer player to think about.
Should we record today?
Yes, we are. People like this. I don't know. Maybe. Hi. Sorry, YouTube.
Wait for
They're trying to silence us. Phoebe Matthews. She's got a lot going on.
She's got a lot going on. She's too focused to seduce her longtime idol. When Grace ends up making the first move, they can't keep their hands off of each other.
Ooh.
As the World Cup approaches and Grace works her way back from an injury, a miscommunication leaves the women with hilariously different perspectives on their relationship. But they're on the same page on the field, realizing they can play together instead of vying for the same position. With every tackle, the tension between them grows, and both players soon have to decide what's more important, being together or making the roster. The perfect blend of funny and steamy, Meryl Wilsner's Cleat Cute is about being brave enough to win on and off the field.
Yay!
Woo!
She did it.
Score.
Woo!
Yeah.
Cleat Cute. Okay.
Cute.
So why don't they like each other? Because they're going for the same position?
Yeah, that was one of the common complaints in the 1-stars is that they're not really like rivals. They're not, someone was like, they were told it's enemies to lovers. Didn't say enemies to lovers, but they're not
Rivals
enemies.
to lovers.
Yeah, and they're not really rivals. It's hard to explain.
They could be, well, if they're up at the top of the tree where everybody good is at, but then down here there's a lot of other little teams. They
Well, and she
probably
had an
played each
injury.
other at some point, and that one of
Is
them
she
beat
right?
him.
That's
Do
totally
they play
possible.
the same position?
That is not accurate.
They did play the same position, correct?
So there's only one starter in that position on the All-Star team.
They sort of play the same position. I got a little confused about the positions as well. I'm not going to lie.
That's okay. You can make it up.
Should have phoned a friend.
If
I stopped asking Eric questions because it was making me more confused.
Let's call him right now.
Get him on the horn.
What do they look like? Okay, Phoebe Matthews is 22. She has red hair, freckles. She is tall. She's like 5'10", 5'11", and she has green eyes.
Isla Fisher. That's the only redhead with freckles and green eyes that we know, apparently.
There you go. Grace Henderson is 26, and she is called Baby Spice. That's her nickname.
Oh, so she's blonde.
Okay. She's Emily.
Yeah, she's me.
So because she's called Baby Spice, I started picturing Baby Spice and Ginger Spice.
Oh.
Okay, I'm in.
Right?
Fuck
Okay.
it.
I almost told you Stupid and Spice Girls.
Yeah.
Fanfic.
Okay. Yeah. Baby Spice and Ginger Spice.
We'll come back to that. Yeah. What do you want to know?
How many pages?
Oh,
Look at
Twins.
us.
329 pages. Came out in
Wow.
2023. Where do you think the first coming is?
101.
169.
Okay, your answers. Did you factor in that the last time we did Meryl Wilsner, they had the first coming on page 8?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Page
Keep
6.
your answers.
I forgot.
Neither one of you is right, but you were close, Vanessa.
99.
93.
Ooh.
Had to build it up. Okay. Yep.
So we're mid-adventure. We come in.
Mid-adventure, yeah.
Did they know each other before this?
They didn't. Okay, so Phoebe, no, Grace has
Grace
been-
is older.
Grace is older by 4 years.
Baby
She-
Grace.
Baby Spice, Grace, Baby Grace, Baby Grace has been. I don't know.
Phoebe
has-
Ginger.
yes,
Baby Grace.
has been playing
Gee.
in the top of the tree for 10 years. Her first time playing she was like 16.
Oh, wow.
And so
Prodigy.
she's the captain, and Phoebe, who is only 4 years younger than her, was like 12 watching Grace play and has had her poster on her wall. And she's like, that's my idol. And I can't tell if I want to kiss her or be her. Turns out it's both.
Oh.
Yeah.
Supposed to be inside of her.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's the book.
I love it.
So it starts out with Phoebe, who has been. She's going to play for her Major League Baseball team, which is called a club team in New Orleans.
Okay. What is the team called?
The Crew, Krewe, which I think is a nickname that they call themselves.
What?
I don't know. I asked Eric that, and he was like, I don't know what that word is. And I went, and then I don't need to know it.
Krewe?
After page 6, I decided anything I didn't understand is
Doesn't
fine.
matter.
Just roll with it.
It's fine.
It doesn't matter. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know what they're called. It's
Pelicans.
It's New Orleans. New Orleans.
The New Orleans
Nolans
crew.
Pelicans.
Nolans.
Nolans Crew.
Yeah, the
That actually works.
There you go.
Yeah.
So then she gets a call that she's like, hey, you're being called up for camp. She's like, oh my God, I love camp. 6th grade camp. No, soccer camp. She might be, this is the first step to get called up for
the big leagues.
World Cup
of the tree.
national team spot.
Right.
Turns out Grace plays for the Pelicans as well. She's the captain of that team, but she also plays for the World Cup team all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's...
So they meet in New Orleans. So it's set in New Orleans.
They meet at the training camp.
Where is that?
For...
Not in New Orleans. Okay. Sorry. Cut it out.
Sorry, I'm not good enough for you.
No, I'm
Where's
on
this?
the edge of my seat.
Edge of my seat.
Sit back in your seat.
At
And
the
your
O2
tray table's
Arena.
up and...
Spice Girls World Tour.
They are somewhere, and they are at the training for camp. Yeah. They're training, and it's going well, and it's not going, but it's her first practice day. It is heavily implied already that Phoebe has ADHD.
Okay.
Oh.
She is late.
Obviously, all of us do too.
So clearly. What do you mean? Okay. So Phoebe's whole thing is she's super enthusiastic. She's so excited. She loves soccer. She's new. The other teammates are sort of teasing her like, oh my God, you're
Like
the new,
chill.
like,
Yeah.
not like chill, but just like, it's nice to have you around to remind us, but also like, oh my God, like
It's
you're
like
such a
kid
baby.
sister. Yeah.
Yeah. And she's just excited for the whole thing. She still loves the game and just like smiles through the whole thing. She's extroverted. She's making jokes everywhere, but she's also really dedicated and really good. She's late twice. And Grace is like, what are you doing? Like, that's terrible. She doesn't understand why you would be late because it makes a bad first impression and da-da-da-da. And so it's like, oh, okay, well, you can already see that she has ADHD and she's chronically late.
Time blindness.
They place a bet.
Ooh.
There's a drill called the beep test. Don't worry about it. You have to run and it's fast and it's, it's hard. Okay. So Grace has won the last like 3 years in a row. And so Phoebe is joking about how she's going to win. And they're like, you're not going to beat Grace. And then some just like, oh, you want to bet? And so they place a bet. And Grace is like, yeah, if I win, you have to be quiet all day tomorrow at practice. And then Phoebe's like, so what, you have to be quiet at practice if I win? Sounds like that's not any different at all. And then one of the other teammates goes, what about a kiss? So this other teammate, Kelsey, we do not like her.
No Kelsey.
No Kelsey.
Because in Grace's POV, there's already something about how like there's a Kelsey broke Grace's trust. And we're like, ooh, what is this? Kelsey did something against Grace. So we're not
like
a fan
romantically?
of her. Yes. And so that's why Kelsey's like, what about a kiss? Like she's being a little shit kind of. And she also thinks that Grace, they joke about, well, Grace isn't any fun. She won't take the bet. And so Grace is like, okay, bet. Like literally. Like, yeah, no, that's fine. Let's do that. And Phoebe
She
wins.
loses.
Phoebe wins. And then she keeps running after it's like Grace loses and she just keeps running straight over the trash can and throws up because it was really hard.
She had to work really hard to do it.
And she joked at first about how like, I don't need a bet to kiss women. Like I don't need that. But I'm sure we can find something better. And that's when Grace is like, no, it's fine. So they win. She wins. And then she's
they kiss after she throws up?
No, she goes like, pretty sure throwing up negates the bet. She's trying to give her an out because she's like, I'm not going to kiss this woman just for like, that's weird.
Right.
And then the next chapter, she is like, I'm not going to be indebted to somebody, and I would have made her be quiet all next day at practice. So
I'm gonna kiss her.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go for it. So she goes and knocks on her hotel room door, and then she wants privacy because they all have roommates. So she's like, come on. And they go over to like the little alcove where the vending machine is.
The ice maker.
The ice maker, yeah. And then she's telling her she's going to kiss her. And then she's like, I pay my debts. And Phoebe goes, are you sure you don't just want to kiss me? And then there's like this tension. And then Phoebe goes, it doesn't have to be on the mouth. And Grace is like, oh, okay. And kisses her at the little like pulse point by her jaw.
I was thinking somewhere else.
What? That's, oh my God. But
Nasty.
that's very intimate.
It's very intimate and very like, oh. And so she kisses there. And it's not just like a little kiss. She like sucks on it a little bit, it says. And it's like almost hard
inked
enough
a
to give her
little
a
bit.
You
hickey.
can't like it.
No, she can because it's not
For the
this
video.
is PG.
Oh,
You
right.
can
we
ink over this. So, listeners, we think that maybe YouTube is taking down our videos because we've been inking too much. So we have to get back into our whole, like, this is dumb.
But also like,
But it's gonna be hard.
yeah.
And I don't like this at all.
That is a very intimate thing that is written in this book. And
I
it is not-
understand intellectually and
Yes.
comedically that is intimate. Yes. I'm not moved
according
whatsoever.
to my notes, it's quite intimate.
We maybe we should wear glasses.
Gorilla glasses.
Okay, so yeah.
I love
Pretty
it.
cool, huh?
So she
Wow.
kisses, and then does she ink a little bit?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's ink everywhere.
Do they do anything else, or is she just like bye, and then the ice machine
She
makes
doesn't
like
even say bye.
plots?
She does it and then she
Just walks away.
wait, does she say anything else? And it kisses her and then like walks away and Phoebe's like, oh my God.
She
on
grabs
the,
some
on the
ice and just
Coca-Cola machine.
shoves it
Ice.
down her shirt.
Dumps it everywhere. Grace walks away and she's like, oh my God, what did I just do? This is not going to help my feelings because they have ink feelings for each other.
But she's like, I was kind of horned up for it.
Yeah.
So when she showed up, she thought Phoebe was cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She also showed up late. So she was like, what the fuck? And then she showed up and her hair was kind of chaotic. And Grace was like, God, I really want to braid her hair because Grace braids everyone's
That is
hair.
intimate too.
That is intimate. But
That is
also,
where you're like, oh my God, you want to braid my hair? Quit it.
there's a story later about how when she was like 9, her coach told the team, if I see you miss something because your hair is in your face, you're going to be benched for the rest of the season. So she's always been very strict about like braiding her hair, and she braids like everyone's hair on the team. She's like not all the time, but so she doesn't clock it as like, I want to touch her hair. She just thinks like her hair's in her face. I need to get out of her face.
Oh, she wants to
She's
take care of her.
Emily.
Yeah, she's like, we gotta
I
fix
like
that.
how you're like, oh, I take care. And it's actually more of her just going like, oh, girl, get it together. But like, yes, in a caring way.
Yeah, in a caring way, like let me fix
Can
you
I
up
just-
because you're gonna fuck
Can
up.
I just do this because you're doing it wrong?
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Okay, so
Virgo rising.
she what?
Huh?
So she walks away, inking.
Yeah, they're inking.
Next day.
Ink all over the hallway.
Okay, just snail trails going down to their each rooms.
Grace is expecting Phoebe to make fun of her because their banter is very much Phoebe realizes that Grace is just like, oh my God, like excited puppy, stop. And then Phoebe's like, I'm going to bother you and kind of like get under your skin a little bit. And she doesn't do that. She's extremely professional and like acts totally chill. And Grace is excited because she's like, oh, okay, I wasn't expecting that. But
Yeah.
she's very serious about what she's doing. And in Phoebe's POV, she's like, I'm stupid and horny, but I'm not stupid and horny enough to try to seduce Grace on this
Right.
like U.S. roster, like national team World Cup shot. You know what I'm saying?
She's
So-
done her whole life to get to this point.
Yeah.
Professionally.
So she's like, she's going to be professional at this
she's
training
a sporty
camp.
sport girl.
She's a sporty sport girl, busy businesswoman, sporty sport girl.
Keep separate.
Cleat cute.
Yeah,
Cleat Cute.
cute.
Okay, so Grace's POV now is that you kind of find out that she's the captain of, we're back in New Orleans. Do you say New Orleans or New Orleans?
New Orleans.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that.
But I go back and forth, I would say.
I
We're
know,
going to
I
New
never feel-
Orleans. New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Yeah.
They're going, okay, yeah.
But
They're
you-
in New Orleans. And
What do you say?
Do you say
I-
New Orleans?
I go both.
New Orleans.
Oh, she goes both.
I don't know if that's the California, my New Jersey mom, hi Diane, or I don't know.
Oh,
It just sounds country.
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
They're in New Orleans, and
New Orleans.
Grace is the captain. She keeps everyone at a distance,
Right.
Because she has to be professional. She needs them to respect and trust her more than she needs their friendship. She can't play favorites, so there's definitely no sleeping with Phoebe.
Ugh, can't do that.
Did you
No.
kiss on her neck,
Go to bed.
but don't
Kiss her on her
come.
neck, because that was the bet.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was a bet. She
Pay
pays her
your
debt.
debt.
She pays her debt.
Pay your
Pay
debt.
your debt.
Pay her debt.
Follow through on the bet.
Bet,
Okay,
bet.
so she's like, okay, but I didn't even have these rules before Kelsey.
Ugh,
See,
we don't like Kelsey.
Oh wait, so this is not official rule. This is a Grace rule.
this is the Grace rule.
Oh, okay, so it's not like
Baby Grace.
Grace takes it very seriously that she's the captain, and she's like, I'm not gonna go
Especially
there again.
after what happened with Kelsey.
Especially after what happened with Kelsey, and
Okay.
she didn't even sleep with her, and it still blew up in her face.
Oh, so they did not sleep together.
Correct.
But there was probably some intimacy.
There was something. Yeah, you're right.
She definitely kissed her neck.
At least near her jaw.
Oh.
I thought you were saying something.
Yeah, you nasty. Okay, she has been single for almost 4 years, not including like the Kelsey interlude. And she decides to join Phoebe when she invites her for her run the next day because she's like, it'll be like exposure therapy and I'll get used to being around her and then I won't be as, whatever you need to tell yourself, Grace.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure
Um,
happening.
Oh, also, they're in town a week before the rest of the team gets there. And Phoebe has never lived outside of Indiana. Shout out to Alyssa.
Ah, hey.
There you go. And so she's like, show me the town. Like, not in a flirty way, but literally, I don't know anybody else
Yeah.
here. And like, where should I go? And
Yeah.
so they
This
sort
is
of,
like the montage of the town.
Yeah.
they're like hanging out, going to like, this is the good breakfast spot and all that good stuff. And then you get the background that Grace's mom and dad lived apart for 6 years. Dad lived in New York, where they were from. With the younger sister, Mom and Grace went out to California because that's where whatever training team she was going to be with when she was like 11 or 12 or I don't know what age she was, but she was like young. And so she also puts a lot of pressure on herself because she has to make sure that that sacrifice is worth it. And she's I have to be responsible.
Oh, is
her dad in the mafia? Are they Italian?
That's book 2. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Are they Italian? Grace warns her when they're at breakfast after they do their run. She's like, just so you know, I'm not going to talk you up to the coaches or the owners. You're not going to get more playtime if you're my friend. So there's really nothing to be gained from you like trying so hard to be my friend. And Phoebe is not phased. She's like,
that's what Kelsey did.
Don't like Kelsey.
Good job.
But yeah, Phoebe's like, no, I'm just here having a good time.
Phoebe's like, girl, what? Like, no, I don't know anybody else. And
I got my skills.
I like you and I want to be your friend.
You kissed my neck.
Yeah, but
it was a bet. It doesn't count.
I'm just saying, whatever.
She's like, I want to learn from you.
I want to learn how to kiss like that.
Oh my God, we got to practice.
Even if you think I'm obsessed with you and you never want to talk to me again, like this taco from this breakfast place was worth it. So like it's not a thing. Like, don't worry about it. And so then they decide they're going to go to a cafe again the next morning. And then Phoebe's like, oh my God, why are you so obsessed with me?
Why are you so obsessed with me?
I wrote that down and I was like, Emily's going to sing.
Nah.
No, I was thinking it. Anyway,
Witches.
I don't have proofs. We're witches.
I'm going to think of an author. I'm going to see if you guys present a book from them in the next 3
it has to come naturally.
Well, apparently
because it did
repeat.
pop in my head and I thought about the same thing. And so I'm putting it out there. So when I say I knew it, I was manifesting this author. I'm going to see if
you should write it down.
It's in my head because I've already been thinking
about it.
Put
it in an envelope, yeah.
Okay.
And then reveal it. Receipts of your
You're
witchery.
going to be so mad every episode when we don't do it. Like,
and then we'll burn you at the stake.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
I love it.
We'll miss you.
I'll keep you warm.
Okay. What happens next? I took too many notes.
They ate tacos and she's like, I'm obsessed. I'm into it.
They go somewhere the next day and she's like, why are you so obsessed with me?
They go
and
somewhere the next day and Phoebe manages to show up on time and or she's like only 15 minutes late. I'm sorry. I just lied to you, but it makes sense in a second. Because remember, I'm stupid. Okay.
She's
Phoebe is 15 minutes late and she thinks Grace has already left and she's like, damn, like feeling really bad about it. And then Grace walks in and she's like, am I early? And she goes, no, I'm early. I told you 30 minutes before I was actually going to be here.
Smart.
That's the way to do it.
Phoebe appreciates it. She's like, I'm so touched that somebody like figured out how I work and like worked with me because I have tried to lie to myself about what time I need to be there and it does not work because my brain knows I'm lying. And this is very relatable because I'm late always, as you both know.
I overcompensate by being too early though.
Yeah.
So it's like one or the other.
Yeah. Okay, so
everybody suffers.
Mm-hmm. Phoebe's asking her like, okay, so what made you think that I was like obsessed with you? Like what constitutes this person is obsessed with you?
Right.
And Grace is like, I'm sorry about that. It's just that some of the younger players, sometimes they see me as this like celebrity figure and they like idolize me and had me like a poster of me on their wall growing up. And then Phoebe was like, oh no, yeah, I'm definitely obsessed with you then if that's the criteria because I have a poster of you on my parents' wall right now. And it's like, oh my God.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, that's like Summer and Rhett. She had his cowboy poster.
Bulldog, or not bulldog.
No, wait.
Bull riding. It was one of them had the poster.
Summer?
Was it the one where she had the PR with milk?
Yeah.
Milk.
Yeah, milk.
Scarlett O'Hara.
Big milk.
You said Rhett, and I thought, what?
Rhett Butler.
Gone with the Wind.
That's what y'all did the whole episode.
Yes.
Twins.
Grace says in chapter something, literally that's what I wrote. I don't want a relationship and I don't want casual sex. And Phoebe realizes like, oh, okay. Cause she's like flirting with her because she said like, oh, I am stupid and horny enough to try to have sex with Grace in New Orleans. Nolans. And
Nolans crew.
Yep. And Phoebe, when Grace is like, I'm not looking for a relationship and I don't do casual sex. Phoebe's like, oh, my bad. I totally misread it. I'll stop flirting with you and we can just be friends.
Oh,
She's totally cool about it. And then they go to Mardi Gras.
Oh.
Because she's never been. So
February.
Grace shows her and then
she shows her boobs.
Oh, does she dump him out?
You would think. No, dump him out.
She didn't want any beads.
Missed
Nasty Vanessa over here.
Did they drink hurricanes?
Yes, she got hurricane.
Really?
She figured may as well.
Oh, fun. fun.
Yeah. And then a woman trips on the sidewalk and Phoebe catches her. And then the woman's like, oh my God. And she's like, oh, do you want to join us? And then like they're flirting all night.
Because
Phoebe
Grace
and the
does
other girl?
not like it.
Phoebe and the other girl, because
Grace doesn't-
we're just
does
friends,
not like.
and Grace does not like.
She gets jealous.
And in Phoebe's POV, she's kind of like, yeah, it's really fun to flirt with this woman, but like also I'm not gonna like go for it right now, you
Yeah.
know? Like I don't know, there's nothing wrong with it. She flirts with anybody because she's extroverted and that's who she is. She loves flirting. And then Grace goes to get more drinks and the woman's like, oh, I'm glad she gave us alone time. And she's like, oh, like I'm not gonna do anything tonight, but we can exchange numbers and I'd love to like take you out sometime. And the woman's like, so you've been leading me on, and then just like leaves in a huff.
oh, okay, bye.
Bye, bye, Lindsay.
Bye.
And then Grace comes back out and she's like upset about it, but not. And Phoebe doesn't really pick up on how upset Grace is because Grace doesn't really say how upset she is, but she gets
The baby bopper.
the baby bopper. Grace gets in her head that night where she's like so annoyed that she would just like flirt with this other woman immediately after she was flirting with her. Like obviously it meant nothing to her. Obviously she would just be another celebrity notch in Phoebe's bedpost. So that's really inappropriate. And you know what? Yeah, as the captain of the team, I'm responsible for making sure that she knows that that is inappropriate behavior. You do not do that. So she shows up at Phoebe's part-time job at the diner in the morning and is like, I'm here to talk to you. And Phoebe's like, okay, but can you get a table? Cause like I'm literally
I'm at
working.
work, yeah.
Yeah. And so she gets a table and she's like, we need to talk. And she's like, okay, but I have other tables, so I'll be right back. And so they keep having a conversation in like little bursts where Grace is
my
explaining,
God.
Filling up her coffee. I know. I didn't mean it that way, but
one
I gotta
second,
go.
why are you mad? Like literally. And she's like, I'm here to talk to you about your behavior last night. It was, I don't approve of that.
It's not
essentially.
teamwork.
And Phoebe's like, got you. I shouldn't have flirted with somebody that wasn't you. And Grace is like, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm
That's
here,
exactly
I'm
what
here
I'm
as the
saying.
captain of the team. And she's like, you're here for soccer purposes. And she's like, yes, I'm explaining that the way that you behave. She's like, hang on, coffee, and like goes away and comes back. And it's all very like funny.
That's cute.
And then Phoebe's like, so you're jealous.
Yeah, she is. Is
And
that
Grace
the
is like-
miscommunication? Or is there...
No, there's
okay.
another one later. And Grace is like, I'm not jealous. And she's like, okay, so the captain of the soccer team is here to tell me that I can't flirt with anyone that's not you. And then she's called away to another table and Grace feels like the conversation has gotten away from her because it's gotten away from her.
Yeah.
And so she leaves money and just like runs. She's like, I don't know what to do.
Oh my
You hear the
God.
little door ding slam. Yeah. And she's like,
No more coffee? No? Okay.
No, okay.
And then Phoebe's like, oh, Grace, like she's just being so silly. She does want me.
Do they practice like every day?
I mean, it's professional
Like
sports.
they see each other. Yeah, I'm sure like they
Yeah.
see each other all the time. Yeah.
So the next they're going to go play.
So yeah, running away is stupid.
Right. It's like I'll see you in
See
2
you in the
hours.
episode.
Yeah.
Phoebe tries to give her an out and is like, hey, I get really stir crazy if I don't have like, an activity. So like, you want to go kick a ball around? Like trying to give her like, hey, calm down. It's going to be okay. We can just brush past this. So they go to the stadium and it's just the two of them at night and they're playing one-on-one and it's fine and it's fun and everything's cool. And then when they're like catching their breath at one point, Phoebe's like, so are we really not going to talk about it? And Grace goes, no, we're not. And Phoebe laughs quietly and says, okay.
What do you think her sign is? What do you think Grace's sign is?
Hard to say.
Because she seems it's a very particular personality.
Mhm.
What do you think it is?
Astute. I don't know. It's hard to say.
They don't say what
circle
it
back.
is?
We'll circle back.
Oh my God. I love
Is she an
it.
Aquarius?
Do you think, is that Aquarius behavior?
No, I don't. Who could say? Who could say?
Who
What do
knows?
I know?
Well, astrology's
There's
not
no
real.
way to know. You're so right.
Anyway, so she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna
Yeah,
fight.
we're not going to talk about it. And Phoebe's like, all right, girl, like just
Yeah.
okay. And I wrote, I'm obsessed because usually, so the other person would push,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I just liked that it was like,
All right.
all right, go ahead and be in your own head about it.
I feel like Meryl Wilson writes good. I don't know how people, real people are.
Yeah, like it's not the like expected sort of thing where like we
Yeah.
have to have this confrontation now. Like I don't know, it was just sort of like it's very in character for Phoebe to be like, all right,
All right. Guess
Yeah.
we'll just keep kicking our little ball. All
better
right.
roll with it. Yeah. So then they're changing in the locker room. And then Phoebe makes a comment about like, oh, do you think if we bet on me being on time tomorrow for the first official practice with the whole team there, do you think if we bet on me being on time tomorrow, it'll work? 19th time's the charm. And then Grace is like, if you get here early, I'll braid your hair.
Oh my, it's intimate.
Which hair?
Oh, gross. Little cornrows.
You say, oh, gross, and then you
Make it worse.
Add to it. Yes. I'm like, oh, I can make that.
Nasty, but more.
But here's how it's nastier. So that's cute. And
she's going to braid her hair. And then Phoebe's like, oh my God, I know you said we're not going to talk about it, but that is flirting. You've got game. Ooh, that's going to work better than telling me the wrong time to be here. And she's right.
Did she say that out loud?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's Phoebe.
They communicate in that way.
Yeah, she pushes at her, and then Grace is like, stop. And she's like, you like it.
I feel like, there's usually like the cat and mouse thing. I feel like these are like two cats that are just like.
Where one is like, this is fun, and the other's like, stop.
Yeah.
Right.
But here's my little tail.
But also, yeah. And in the locker room when they're changing, Phoebe is on her phone, and she's sitting there and like doesn't care. She's very comfortable with herself. She's very confident. She's sitting with just her sports bra on, and Grace is like, I've been like naked in this locker room 1,000 times and it hasn't fazed me. And I know that I'm very attracted to her, and I know that I should go home, and I have spent my whole life controlling myself and being responsible, and I have discipline, and I know what I'm supposed to do. And instead, this is where we're reading.
Take it.
Locker room.
Steamy.
Yeah.
Steamy.
We're talking about steam from water, not anything YouTube. This is not sexual.
I will say
There's no gratification from us.
none of us we're dry as could be.
I do not have my legs
But we're
crossed.
not talking about my mouth is dry, is what I'm saying.
Right.
Maybe I need some Visine.
There is no
Go.
sexual gratification.
This is for
Experienced.
comedic purposes. Isn't
Purely
this
comedic.
hilarious? And also not remotely moving in a physical manner.
Comedic and educational.
Do not come.
Do
Do
not
not.
flag YouTube. They're trying to silence us.
So
And I will not be silenced.
For the colors I highlighted, Grace is in pink.
Okay.
Phoebe is in orange.
Baby Grace.
And
ginger
when you
orange.
see a blue word, you're going to say vagina.
Did you self-censor us?
Is it the C word?
Yes, it is, Vanessa. Thank you.
I love it.
We're
Just
trying.
say the P word instead. Since apparently they're fine with that.
No.
Vagina, which was established
Educational.
ages ago in one of our episodes. Wasn't that Leonard Delaney?
Yeah.
Yeah. The vagina and
Vagina. Yeah.
merch available in our store that says vagina.
Vagina.
Is that still up?
I think I took some of it down.
Anyone but be brave.
I think we've.
The bucket hat was like the worst.
I think that it's. I took either the hat or the bucket hat off, like the baseball cap, but I was about to pull it and someone bought one.
Really?
And I was like, but the sticker has gone a couple times, but there is a vagina hat floating out there somewhere. And if you bought it, I need to know. Let me know. I'll look back and I'll find your address. But
need to-
I'll find
That's going to get us
won't.
banned.
I'm
She's being
not.
threatening.
I'm not.
Stalking
but-
behavior is
but
bad.
I remember you. And that shows how little we are.
I'm
is
gonna
that
find you.
I remember every purchase that comes through our store.
Yeah,
Guys,
she's a creep.
We need to be serious. This is educational.
This is comedic.
This is comedic
This is
education.
vagina.
This is vagina in quotations.
This is, you know what this is? It's PG-13.
PG-13. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is this isn't PG-13, is it?
It is not.
Okay.
We are in
I
the
was
locker
like,
room.
Making it that.
We're in the locker room, and Grace in her mind was just like, I know what I should.
Baby bopper.
You know, we were talking about you sigh into the mic and you kick the mic and I do everything. That's my thing. I smack my baby bopper,
Just move it back.
but then I'll drop everything. Okay, it's fine.
It's fine. Education. Okay. Are we
Grace
ready?
is like, I know what I should do, and that's not what she does.
So they're in the locker room.
I should go.
Go to bed.
Go to bed.
Grace steps closer and Matthews. I'm sorry.
Her last name is Matthews.
Oh, Phoebe.
Phoebe.
One
Matthews.
important piece of context
Ooh,
because
okay.
it will come up in the scene. Grace Henderson, she has a nickname, Hendy. And Phoebe uses it once as a way to kind of try it because it's like, you're not close enough to need to be using that. And then Grace fires back and calls her Phenom or Phenom. I'm not sure
Phenom?
because
Okay.
there was like a reel of like her in college, Phenomenal Phoebe.
Oh, okay.
So, but it's shortened like,
Phenom.
and what's
Phenom.
that? What's the Philadelphia, the
The
mascot?
fanatic?
Thank you. That's what I kept thinking of where
Yeah.
I was like, so I just kept picturing that. So go ahead and picture that in this,
I just picture it like wiggling behind
if
her.
that name comes up in the scene.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Grace steps closer and Matthews leans back, making space for Grace to put one knee on the bench on either side of her hips.
So they're on the bench in the locker rooms.
And so then she props her knee up. Wait.
She straddles her.
Oh, okay.
Phoebe is sitting and
Oh.
she's like 5'10", and then Grace knee on either side of Phoebe's hips.
Oh, she goes to like
Climbs
take
in her
a
lap.
seat. Oh my God.
On the bench.
On the bench.
It's like when I cut my
benched.
clients' hair, when I do their bangs.
What do you do?
When I have to cut their bangs, I'm like, I have to get in front of you. I'm sorry.
It's going to be real intimate. Hold my hips.
Yes.
So I don't fall.
Steady me.
I'm going in.
Matthews, Phoebe, grins, dimples as deep as the Grand Canyon. I thought we weren't talking about it. Who's talking? Grace asks and kisses her. Matthews breaks the connection between their mouths to kiss along Grace's jaw. I bet I could make you come here first.
I bet I can make you come over here.
First.
On my fingers.
Yes.
By directing you to come over here like this. Just two
I
of
don't
them.
think you should be doing that.
I'm directing someone where to come.
Don't
come
do that.
over here.
Or do that. I don't know. Talk to your partner.
Who knows?
The bingo card is getting in my head.
Oh no! Yes.
Okay.
Of course you're talking. Of course you're talking. Shut up and put your mouth to better use. That is what
Don't.
a lot of
just
people
let it.
do.
Just let it go. Just let it go.
But
If you
just
just hate
shut
us,
up.
there's nothing we can do
No.
except say vagina instead of.
Matthews, Phoebe, does as she's told, sucking the pulse point in Grace's neck. Grace groans and rolls her hips. Matthews, Phoebe, kneads Grace's ass as they return to kissing. Her hands are strong. A minute of making out, and Grace already feels wild. Wild. Matthews, Phoebe, Grace murmurs, and it's supposed to be encouraging, but the other woman stops instead. You're really going to call me Matthews, Phoebe, while we do this?
She's laughing.
Says Phoebe. Oh, you're really going to call me Matthews while we do this? Matthews huffs out one more laugh before. Do they call her Matthews the majority of this
No.
instead of Phoebe?
It's sports, so they go by last names a lot.
That's true.
There's
But
one player
doing
who-
it specifically right now while we're doing it.
Well,
They're kind of like, hey, Matthews.
hey, Matthew.
That's probably what all this.
They're like
sports
needling
people
each
do.
other.
They kind of do that in hockey. They call each other.
By their last
Last
name.
And then they
names.
make out on the bench.
Yeah. I was gonna say,
Yeah.
what are we
Is that what the
talking
penalty
about?
box is for?
Oh my God. Ooh, I hope the girl finds me. I have to put this out there. I went to a hockey game. First of all, sup. In
In a comedic way.
a comedic way.
For plot.
Of course. That
For
my sister and I
play.
definitely didn't do smash or pass when they were introducing the players on the team.
She's doing this again.
We were like, no, yeah, no, yes. And I
Were you with your dad?
yeah, but he was over there talking to Jeff. Sarah, my sister and
Send
I
him
were
away with the husband.
yeah, my sister and I were eating hot dogs. We're fine.
Eating hot dogs.
And I saw someone
Checking
in
out hot
a
dogs.
Jacksonville Rays jersey, and
I love it.
chased her down and found her and
Like a
handed her
creep.
our card.
I followed her home.
I kind of did, and then I looked for her in the crowd. Is she somewhere around here? But
I hope she's the one person who bought the vagina hat.
I hope that she's here. And I went up and I was
Yeah.
like, "Is that a Jacksonville Rays shirt?"
Yeah.
And she was like, "Yes." I was like, "I see you. I see you.
I see
I'm
you."
here with you." And she was like, I was hoping someone would recognize. I was like,
I'm not someone.
Nobody
I clocked you earlier.
I saw you from across the
Found
rink.
you.
Time
and I
stood
need
still.
this. I need it. Anyways, hockey is.
She loves hockey. Big
But
fan.
we're doing soccer, guys. This is very
Football.
serious. This
Cleats.
is educational. This is a
Cleat
Cleat Cute. Cleat Cute, a novel. Guys, they're in the locker room. Matthews huffs out one more laugh before putting her mouth back on Grace's skin. Her hands find the hem of Grace's tank top and slowly slide it up. Too slowly. Grace reaches down and pulls it off herself. Just dump it out, okay?
Dump him out.
I want my mouth on your tits. Phoebe sounds breathless.
I'm not moved by that.
Educational. I hate.
Comedic. You. I thought you said you hate tits.
No,
I hate tits. Dump them in.
Just this means that our Patreon episodes are gonna be so much more nasty now that we're having to
gonna
censor
let it all out.
Yeah, we're gonna dump it all out.
Leave it all in the field.
Grace's head spins. Her sports bra is tight. She probably looks more absurd than sexy as she struggles to get it off. True. There's no sexy way to get a
There's no
sports bra.
easy way.
No
Especially
way.
after you've been
Dislocate
working
a
out,
shoulder.
you're sweaty. You're like, "Ugh."
Hunched over like a shrimp.
Maybe that's her injury they talked about.
Oh, No.
From taking off her sports bra.
But Matthews, Phoebe, whoever the hell she is, that was in the book.
That was in the book.
Doesn't have any snarky comments. For once, she doesn't have any comments at all as she stares hungrily at Grace's chest. I thought you wanted to get your mouth on them. Fuck yes. Phoebe wraps her lips around one of Grace's nipples.
No, you have to say it loud enough because otherwise it'll cut out.
The educational nipples.
The comedic nipples.
And
So
Grace's
funny.
hand.
Nipples.
And Grace's hand shoots up the back of Phoebe's head, holding her in place.
Maybe it's you doing this.
YouTube, give us actual commentary to let us know. Because last time when you said this is why that episode got taken down, it was us saying Merry Christmas.
The specific timestamp was, I was like, what did we say at the very end? I was like, oh,
YouTube said, get the Christ out of YouTube.
Happy holidays only.
Do not
do
Christ.
Christmas.
We don't care that Santa drank breast milk.
In a
Don't say
comedic
Merry
way.
Christmas in a comedic educational way.
Bifurcating.
Fing. Thanks, Phenom. But didn't we just establish that there are better things you could be doing with your mouth than talking? Phoebe chuckles, but doesn't have a smart-ass reply. She returns her attention to Grace's chest as she sucks on the other nipple into her mouth. Her hands move, fingers tracing the waistline of Grace's shorts, then teasing at the bottom where they fall against her thighs. Grace keeps shifting her hips, trying to get Phoebe's hand where she wants them. But Matthews must not get the message because instead of cupping Grace's center, she feels the need to pull away and ask, "Can I touch you?" Consent queen.
Yes. Confident consent queen.
Confident consent queen.
She's,
"Can I touch you?"
hey, girl.
And she said,
Finger gun.
"You better."
Finger guns like this, YouTube. Not threatening.
They're more like
Threatening is bad. Do not threaten.
Barbara's favorite emoji.
Read your book for
Anyways.
comedic purposes.
Phoebe grins so big when Grace leans in against her. When Grace leans in again, her kiss lands more on teeth than lips. Yuck. Not that it matters because when Phoebe runs Grace through her shorts, teeth on teeth, like when you ever bump teeth, ugh,
Never
sucks.
once.
Ugh. She whines, sparing a moment to consider that she'll be embarrassed about making that noise later, and rolls her hips in an effort to get more friction. Phoebe doesn't make her wait, rubbing hard and fast while doing ungodly things with her tongue against Grace's neck.
Not a godly woman.
She's not. No Christ. You like this? Phoebe asks, or do you want my fingers in your vagina?
Vagina.
Grace whines louder. Her answer to both questions is yes. Phoebe pulls Grace's earlobe between her teeth, and Grace wants the other woman's mouth on her
Vagina.
vagina area.
Vagina region.
Vaginal. Sensitive spot.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. so
Instead,
the comedic.
It's so educational.
I'm not moved by this except with humor.
Come on, baby, Matthews murmurs directly into Grace's ear. I have to remember these are also two women.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Because I hear you want to do, come on, baby.
She could talk like that. I don't
She could.
know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Tell me how that feels. Or just talk normal because I'm a girl too. Girl, good.
Good girl.
Good girl. Grace pants. Phoebe's fingers rub just right. Jesus fuck. Good. So good. Yeah? You want to come over here for me like this? Once she finds that perfect spot. Come over here.
And there's a
Come
go.
over here. Yeah, she want to come for me like this. Once she finds that perfect spot, she doesn't move away from it, giving Grace the exact pressure she needs. I want you to. Can we get you there? She tries to say yes, but it comes out as a moan. That's it. Phoebe sounds like she swallowed a handful of gravel.
So she might sound, come on, baby.
Come on, baby. That hurt. I swallowed gravel.
Maybe she's like the guy in Come On, Barbie, Let's Go Party. You know,
Come
like,
on, Barbie. Let's go party.
there you go.
Let me hear you.
No.
Phoebe flips her hand to use her knuckles instead, and Grace jerks. She lets out a hiss of pain. Her leg must have moved in a way that she didn't expect. She's like, "Oh, my hip."
Oh, yeah, literally. She has a hip injury,
But
but it is not disclosed to anybody.
Secret hip.
Why is she straddling
Secret
then?
hip. Well,
Well,
sometimes
she's horned up.
Should've laid on your back.
To educate, to answer your, thank you for asking,
This is
Vanessa.
educational.
Sometimes you can be swept away by the moment, which none of us are right now, but you might not be thinking about your hip range of motion when you are straddling
I feel like this is a disclaimer at the bottom of the video.
To try to get deeper into a situation.
To really lean into those knuckles.
Yes.
Knuckles. So she's like, or what?
Yeah.
She's got brass knuckles on.
Uh-huh. I think so. That's probably what it is. Right?
Right?
Read your book. Read your book. Right.
But she doesn't care. She only cares about chasing the feeling coiled in her center. Phoebe slows the movement of her hand. Whoa, she says.
Whoa.
Are you okay?
Because she made a hiss.
Hiss.
Yeah.
Ah, my hip. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Grace keeps her eyes clenched closed. Go on, baby. I got you.
I got you.
Baby Spice. Grace sees stars. She shudders and shakes, and Phoebe keeps rubbing her. She's rubbing to make her feel better.
Yeah, she is.
Her other hand pressed flat against Grace's lower back, like when you throw up, holding her in place on her lap as Grace comes with a quiet whimper. So they're just grinding on each other? No, her hand's down there.
Her hand's down
got
there.
so distracted that I'm like, where are my
You were
buttons?
trying so hard to not get distracted.
Because it's educational.
She's finger blasting her.
But she's
finger blasting
she
her.
is sitting on her.
Yeah, and she's like...
And she has her little fingy, her hand in between the two of them.
Yes.
With her brass knuckles.
I believe that is
sucking
correct.
on her neck and her titties.
Indeed.
Hell
In
yeah.
an educational
So what
way.
about, is her hand down there too?
Grace?
I don't think so.
No, Grace is doing her own thing. She is
I
serving
don't
the
think
cosmos.
Phoebe's gets to come.
Oh, she does. Right after this.
Yeah,
No,
but
sorry,
I mean,
no.
like in this scene.
It is just one hand on the other one. No, it's not mutual.
Yeah, yeah. And so then Phoebe's like, Grace is like, my turn. She's like, nope, round two, and then round two, and then it's very successful. And then she goes for Phoebe, and then Phoebe's like, damn, 5 stars. That was great. And then she's like, I want to shower with you and get my mouth on you in the shower.
Oh.
In a supportive team way.
Yeah.
Go team.
Go
There's
team.
no I in team.
So then there's a shower scene, and that's when I started
no
writing,
eye
is
in
this the
mouth.
longest consecutive sex scene that we have done? Because page 93 is the first coming, and then page 96 is it's Phoebe's turn, and then there's a shower scene on page 100 where we have the, it's,
I
she's
guess
just
101.
like interlude.
Ooh, she calls her baby girl at one point.
Ooh, maybe it is on page
There
If
one.
you
was a
asked Grace
come.
beforehand if she liked being called baby girl, she would have said absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
No.
No baby girl.
Ooh, we should go see that movie.
Oh my
We'll
God.
have to sit separate.
YouTube's going to ban us.
I'm scared. I'm gonna like it.
You know the video where the girl's like wiping down?
Yes.
Somebody commented, I don't know why, but I thought you were sanitizing the seat.
I mean, honestly, both.
Yeah. We should probably do it before and after.
So page 100, close the book. Page 100 is where big reveal, Grace is a brunette.
Wait, what? Did you think she was a redhead?
Nope, that's the other one.
No, blonde.
Baby
girl.
Spice.
Baby Spice.
Yeah. So I was like, got it. She's blonde.
Yeah.
Right. And then it mentioned way earlier that she's brown eyes. So I was like, that's fine. Baby Spice, brown eyes.
That's fine.
Let's move it on. Page 100, reveal, Grace is a brunette. Baby Spice. What the hell is
I
what
would
I
think
wrote?
that would be more Sporty Spice then.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Something.
And she's in sports.
Yeah. Immediate cast change. Okay,
Anyway.
now I'm picturing Mel C.
That's why we got to come back to that. Anyway, yeah. So she goes down with her in the
That's
shower.
Scary Spice.
No, that's Mel B.
Oh, they were both named Mel?
Mm-hmm. Mel B, Mel C, Emma, Jerry, and Victoria.
Oh, pop quiz.
Eric and I were talking about Spice Girls the other night. And
Spice up your
because
life.
we were watching a bunch of music videos and there was one of them. Yep. And then a Backstreet Boys song came on and I was like, oh, and I knew the lyrics, but then he starts, they need to get AJ in there. I don't remember who. And then he said something and I was like, look at you knowing the names. And he named all of the Backstreet Boys and
Hell
I
yeah.
could name Nick.
Really?
And I was like, that was my first CD. That was my, what were you doing? And he was like, were you trying to hang out with 13-year-old girls when you were? And I was like, I was not. I was like 9.
Were you trying to figure out which one you identify with so that those girls
Well,
were like, yeah.
that finally paid off, Eric. Well done.
He's like, I knew you wanted an AJ.
Oh my God.
Who did he feel like? I would say Brian, but Brian turned out to be a little proud, if you know what I mean. Ugh.
Anyway.
From Backstreet
Oh, like
Boys.
Vanessa with her whole January 6th stuff.
Yes, yeah, like
What?
he may have. I don't think he was there, but I think that he was
What
sympathetic.
January 6th stuff?
There was an episode where we kept joking
This-
about how you're in January 6th stuff, even though you're not, but you are.
The Passenger Princess. Because the episode came out on January 6th. Your favorite holiday?
Oh, yes. I need to
And
listen
then you
to
just
that
started
episode.
ignoring us. And you like did that for the rest of the
I
day.
was in my cloud. I'm
You
trying
literally
to
told us to shut up.
I'm trying to get this show.
You were right. Okay, so they do a bunch of stuff, a lot of physical activities. And then Phoebe's like, is this where you tell me you had fun, but? And then Grace's like, I don't want a relationship. And she's like, what about casual sex? Because that was pretty good. And then this is where Phoebe is like, I know your left hip is injured. Like, what's up with that? And she's like, I'm fine. And then she's like, I want you again, but I'm not going to sleep with you until you talk to the trainer about your hip.
Oh, she wants to take care of her.
And then Phoebe's like, you really think I want to go to bed with you so badly that withholding sex is going to control me in somehow? And Phoebe's like, I guess we'll see. And that's the end of the chapter. Yeah. And then she braids her hair.
Oh, she needed it.
Oh,
that's aftercare.
Yeah, that's nice. They go out. It's fine. It's, they do good.
What's your big miscommunication?
Oh, the big miscommunication is, where was that? Because hang on. Because that's a good one.
How many more notes you got?
A lot. There's a lot more that happens after they hook up. You would be surprised.
What's fun with these episodes too, especially now that we're having to be censored. If this gets taken down, it's out the window. I'm not censoring it. I can't be censored until we get banned for some project. Anyways, some project. And you can read the book. Like, we're not ruining it. There's still so much for you to read. Happens. There's so much finger blasting.
Is it? Well, yeah. Chapter 19, they have sex at Grace's place. It's great.
Nice. Great.
National team. They're texting. Don't worry about it. I'm glad I told Dawn. Ooh, yeah. They have a fight. It's a big thing. And then,
who's Dawn? Trainer?
Yeah. Good call.
So she tells the trainer that her hip's fucked up?
Yeah, because she wants to fuck.
She accidentally lets it out. And then the trainer covers for her and just notices Grace struggling with her hip and is like, hey, girl.
Maybe some stretches.
Then she gets to fuck.
And then she's like, I can get you.
The miscommunication is, the Kelsey betrayal. Exactly. You were right. She used Grace to get her drafted to the Narlands team. And then she's like, it's not you, it's me. I don't want to be with you. And she was like, oh, okay, yeah, fuck my life. And then Phoebe's like, I would never do that. Because Grace is like, this is exactly what you did. You told the trainer about my hip because you're trying to take my spot for the top of the tree World Cup.
Yeah.
Phoebe let it out.
Phoebe accidentally let it out and she felt really bad. She was tired.
So then the trainer covered and was like, I noticed that you were limping a little bit. Okay.
Yeah. And then they're arguing.
But she finds out.
Yeah, because they get into an argument and then Phoebe's like, I'm glad I told the trainer. And she's like, oh, fuck. Well, okay, so I didn't mean that. And I didn't do it because of that. And it was an accident and it's a whole big thing. And Grace is like, you're trying to sabotage my spot just like Kelsey. And she's like, no, I would never, because earning something is the whole point. Like, cheating doesn't get me anywhere. I would never do that to you. No wonder you so wary of me trying to be friends. And then they like make up and it's fine. And then Phoebe, this is a big miscommunication. She's like, I'm not with anyone else, by the way. And Grace is like, me either. And then Phoebe's like, well, what about not looking for a relationship? And Grace thinks in her head, I'm not. And then she goes, what about it? And Phoebe goes, oh my God, we're in a relationship. Because that's what you just said, is that like, what about you not looking for a relationship? And Grace goes, what about it? And so she's like, oh my God, we're together. And Grace is like, yeah, we're teammates who fuck.
Oh, she did to her what Kelsey did to her.
Not
kind of, but made her feel like shit.
She's trying to keep boundaries, like to have it make sense for Grace, because she doesn't want to get swept away with anything. And she wants to be professional soccer, dedicated, so many responsibilities. Cleat cute, yeah. And then, there's that miscommunication. And it ends up being fine. It's like not a huge deal. The other big thing that comes up in the 1-star reviews is that Phoebe definitely has ADHD, but doesn't know it. And Grace is like, oh, I definitely assumed you like knew and were medicated. And she like talks about it where she gets a red card in a game and then her family is there and Grace is there with her family and they're making fun of Phoebe for like being impulsive and losing her temper. And then Grace pulls her aside and she's like, are you okay? And she's like, yeah, this is like, my family's just teasing me. And she's like, yeah, but they shouldn't make fun of you for symptoms of like, that's part of your disorder. Like that's just because you're like impulsive or sensitive to things, like doesn't, and she's like, excuse me, I have a disorder, and gets like deeply offended by it. And Grace is like, no, that's not, because Grace's younger sister has ADHD and she wasn't trying to be rude. She really was just like, girl, how do you not know?
Yeah.
It is possible to reach adulthood and not know you have ADHD.
Especially as a woman. Yeah. Wow. So then they come back together after that.
There's a lot of,
and they're Cleat Cutes.
Their cleats are so cute.
They're the cutest cleats.
They're the cutest
cleats.
Yeah. Read the book.
What did you think about this book?
I liked it. I liked it. I think
it's cute. I think it's Cleat Cute.
I think it's Cleat Cute.
What do the good people at Goodreads think about Cleat Cute?
They think that it's cute. Amazon has it as a 4.6 out of like 1,600 ratings. Goodreads 3.67 out of 26,000 ratings.
Dang, popular on Goodreads.
We had a few friends
Cleat Cute, friends.
Vanth gave it 4 stars and said, had me giggling and kicking my feet. I loved the queer and neurodivergent rep, which I think aligns with how I felt about it. I liked it. Isaac said 4 stars, a cute book with a nice premise, but a moderately flat execution, very corny.
It definitely had like the rom-com vibes,
It's
but
very
it said
rom-com.
it in the synopsis, so I was like, I was
feel
ready
like
for it. That's why I was like, the montage of like Nolan's.
I feel like it's not too over the top. Like I feel like I don't know. First of all, I don't know anything, but sometimes it's they're really good about writing queer romances without it being so in your face about it, where it's just normal, like normal interactions, normal dating, normal relationships.
Like when they say like, okay, moderately flat execution, very corny. It's cheesy. All rom-coms are cheesy. There should be
books that we read are
like,
cheesy. I think that's what I'm like. I feel like with this, it's you.
Personal preference. I liked it. It really was. It fell flat for Isaac. All right.
Cute.
And then Allison gave it 4 stars and Sam gave it 3 stars. And then for the 1 stars, let me figure out which ones I want to read because I forgot to condense them.
That's okay.
Jess said the only interesting character was the cat.
There's a cat?
You didn't tell us about the cat.
The cat doesn't show up till page like 140.
Oh. Was it
That
orange?
was the best part, she said.
Grace has a cat. It's a white cat.
Ooh, it's Marie from Aristocats.
Okay, speaking of, when I was talking to Eric about how I was confused about everything, I was like, this is very serious. It's for a PodQUAST. And then that just really was devastating. And so I was like, I have to go to bed. I have to go to bed.
It's for my podQUAST. I went to my suitcase for my podQUAST.
He will not let me. Yeah. Oh, you're working on your podQUAST? I'm working on my divorce papers.
You're going to come home tonight. How was the podcast?
How was your podQUAST?
Bo said, I decided to take a shot every time one of the characters mentioned ADHD, and guess what? I'm dead.
Alcohol poisoning.
Samantha said, my girlfriend and I read this book as a gag, and it was actually so bad that we both ended up becoming straight. I wish I could rate it 0 stars.
Oh my God.
It can change you.
Very upset.
Wow.
And then honestly, a lot of the 1 stars that I was seeing were like, we hated the way that she represented herself as like a ADHD, but she didn't know it. And how would you not know? And how would you find out from TikTok? And it was all very like, oh, that's how I found out.
I was gonna say that's like how most people do, where they're like, wait, you do that too? Like
there was somebody who was writing like, I guess I just throw up my master's disease.
My
podQUAST. I should throw out my master's disease because apparently you can just diagnose yourself with diseases on TikTok.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, I diagnosed myself 100%.
Yeah. I never would have asked my therapist about it and then gone to get tested if I hadn't seen a bunch of TikToks and went, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Mine wasn't even TikTok. I think it was just like,
oh, shit.
I was looking up something else and it was like, one of these is probably because of, and I was like, oh.
Not to soapbox and be serious on a podQUAST that is not at all serious, but like, until the barriers to get diagnosed fucking disappear, anybody who thinks they have ADHD, you're valid in that.
Yeah.
Like, no. But they were upset with that. And then also that Grace is autistic. And they didn't like the way that she was represented. Someone even wrote in one of the 1 stars, I have never...
Was it Baby Grace? Baby Spice?
Yeah. Which is why there's miscommunication where she like doesn't pick up on
social
some of that stuff. And like she's very introverted and needs a lot of time to herself to
and like the non-emotional.
She's great.
Yeah.
But that's why when you were like,
that's why you're
what star sign is she? I was like, we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that.
She was an Aquarius.
But somebody wrote in one of them, I don't remember if it was autism or ADHD. They were like, I have a lot of friends who have ADHD and none of them act like that. Well, okay. People are more than their diagnosis, but sure.
And you don't know everybody.
It doesn't connect for these people, and that's fine.
Yeah.
It connected with me. I enjoyed it. I liked it.
I liked it too.
Yeah.
I like this author.
Yeah, I like this author.
Definitely.
Well,
if you like us, if we made this far, if you see us
like it was 10 minutes and also 4 hours. I'm very confused.
I thought it was great. It was a fun little soccer match that we did.
We learned about soccer and
we learned all the different levels.
And
yeah.
On I'm sure you learned a lot about stuff. You learned a lot about the censoring that we have to go through now.
Yeah.
And hopefully it works. And if it doesn't, fuck it. I mean, I don't know. Fuck it.
We'll find another way to do this PodQUAST.
Yeah, you'll find us on patreon.com. On patreon.com/CrushMyPearls you can get an episode a day early. Eventually, we might only exist there. Who knows?
The only videos you can find.
Maybe. Follow us there. You can follow us everywhere on the internet at Clutch My Pearls Pod. You can like and subscribe, write a review, tell your friends, tell your soccer team.
Yeah.
Tell them about this one.
Tell your TikTok diagnostic physician.
Post a TikTok about us.
Oh my God,
could use it, you know?
Buy the vagina hat.
Buy our merch.
If it's still in.
Vagina.
There's no way to know.
There's no way to know. That's link in bio. And all that stuff. Yeah. So if you're on our Patreon, I'll see you Monday. For everyone else, I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.